Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, you see it. You see it. Oh, it's this way, isn't it? Right here. You see it. You see it. So, what I wanted to do is do a really quick little review of Inside Out 2. I took my nephew yesterday to go see this. He has been itching to go see it since he saw Inside Out. I think he saw it on Disney Plus, and then he was like, "I want to go see this movie. I want to go see this movie." So, if you're not familiar with Inside Out follows the emotions of this. At that time, it was a little girl named Riley, and you had her anger, you had her disgust, you had her joy, you had her sadness, and I think there was one more. The joy, the sadness. Let me make sure. The anger, the joy, the disgust, the sadness, and the fear. And we had those emotions. Well, what this movie introduces us to is that Riley is going through puberty. And so now there are more emotions uh, being showcased uh, for Riley. Uh oh, what happened? There are more emotions being showcased for Riley. So again, we talked about, because I have it on my I don't know if you can see that. I have it on my thing. And shout out to IMDb, because this is where I'm pulling the names of the emotions out. So we have joy. Joy is back. We have sadness is back. We have anger. We have disgust. And we have fear. Now, those were the original emotions that we had. And it would have been because of the fact that she was a young girl. So now she's 13, going to middle school. And we've got these new emotions. We have anxiety that's here. And anxiety plays a pivotal role in this episode. We have envy. We have Inui. I think I don't know why they just didn't call that emu. I guess, and I guess this emotions, from what I can understand, was this like, sarcastic. I really don't care about what's going on. They don't care about anything. That's that part of emotions that when you were a teenager you exhibited. And then you have embarrassment. And so those are the new emotions. So what happens is Riley and her friends, you know how she's made her friends and things like that. They were scouted to go to this hockey camp. And scouting to go to this hockey camp, on the way to the hockey camp, we find out that, and this is what happens when you matriculate going through school. You have your set of friends in elementary school, and depending on where you live, when you get to junior high school, whatever your address is, I know in my state that's how it is. One person may go to this high school, junior high school, and the other people will go to this junior high school. And I think that they were in junior high school. They may be going through high school. I'm not really sure. I couldn't remember, but they seemed like they were junior high schoolers. They were going to be freshmen. So no, she said that they were going to be freshmen. So I guess they were going to high school. And so she's a little upset about that. Now, this is where the emotions start to come in, because Joy is just in here. She's running things, and she's been running things in Riley's head for a very long time. Uh, there's a harmony, there's a balance. When anger needs to be come to the forefront, anger does his job. Uh, I gotta always go back to these emotions, child. Anger does his job. She's the main runner. Joy is doing her job. Sadness does her job. Uh, Disgust does her job. Everybody does their job. Fear does their job. So there's this little tree or branch, and this is supposed to be um, the basis of who Riley is, because it's about all of her memories coming together, all her core memories coming together, and this is the basis of her belief system. If you see it right here in the picture, that white white glowy thing, that is Riley's belief system, and that is how she believes, and that is coming from a series of uh, events and things that she has done. One of the things that Joy has taken it upon herself to do, if it's something that is detriment for her feeling joy, she will push that thought, she'd push that thing to the back of Riley's mind. So you would see little events where Riley made an F. She pushed that to the back of her mind. When Riley did all kinds of little different things, anything that Joy felt was something that was going to take Riley, her make her belief systems uh, different, because her belief system at that time was, I'm a good girl, I'm a kind and decent girl, and that's what she wanted the belief system to be. So when Riley went to the camp, and then she started realizing that her and her friends were not no longer going to be in the same high school, they're going to be going to a different high school. That kind of upset her a little bit. That kind of made her feel a different way. And what emotion that make her feel? Anxiety, because now she's going to have to go through high school without her best friends, because her best friends are going to be going to a wholly totally different other high school. Uh, and so that gives her anxiety. And so what happens is her anxiety, her envy, even they even push Miss nostalgia back in the closet. I mean, we ain't ready for you just yet. We not ready for you. Embarrassment, Inui, all of those emotions started to take shop in Riley's head, in Riley's frame of consciousness. And so, like I said, this is going to be spoiler ish. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but I will tell you that I did enjoy that concept of someone's belief system, and how their belief system is formulated by a series of actions and situations that they have been, or what people have talked to them about. So she has a certain belief system, and currently her belief system at that time was she was good. Well, once anxiety hit the scene, anxiety is trying to make things better. But in the part of making things better, there are things that anxiety will is allowing for um, Riley to start thinking about, that really puts her off her goal. And so we see how anxiety kind of messes things up. And then we see Joy have I'm going to say a come to Jesus meeting, that Riley is the sum of her actions. She's the sum of her all of the things of what she's done, who she's around, and everything. And you shouldn't just try to relegate to the front of her mind about this belief system of being good and being bad. That is a good belief system. Do not mishear me. What I'm saying is, in order to understand that belief system, you got to understand the stuff that you did. You've got to have an opportunity to want to be able to be for forgiveness, and you want to have an opportunity to make things right, not just be, oh, I'm just going to put this out of my mind. She did this, she made an F, we're going to put that out of mind. And if she made A, we're just going to keep all that up to the front for it. All of those things should be there, because you're the sum total of all those little different things. But I will tell you this, that movie, it is something that I would say go see, because this movie had me in tears. Now, why, Pam? Why were you in tears? If you're someone who has suffered from anxiety and who has done the work, and for you to see a visual manifestation of how anxiety is pulling through your brain, and to see it do that, baby, tears, tears. I looked around at the theater that I was in, because it was packed. There was a lot of people in there, but you could tell the folks that were like, "Oh Lord, this is how I this is anxiety." Because for some people with a lot of anxiety and stuff like that, sometimes you just kind of shut down. Inui made me think, "Oh, that's what I would do. I would just act like, I don't care about none of this stuff." or there'll be levels of embarrassment that you feel, that you think that everybody else understands why you're so embarrassed, but they don't. But I will tell you this. My nephew enjoyed it. He there was a little part in there that he enjoyed, particularly when they were relegated back into the vault of, because you know how as you grow older, things that you liked at 2, you didn't like at 12, and things that you liked at 12, you didn't like at 22, and things you like at 22, you don't like at 32, and it keeps going and it keeps going. So all those things that you no longer put stock in, or you don't think about anymore, or you no longer enjoy because something else has replaced it, they push you back to the to a vault of memories and stuff like that. So when something happens and you see it, it'll come back to the forefront. They'll open the vault, they'll allow that to come to the forefront. But you'll be surprised about things that you enjoyed at 2 that you no longer enjoy at 10. I mean at 12. You know what I mean? It's those types of things. So I will tell you, as far as the look, it was a little darker than I remember Inside Out. As far as visually, I guess because they were going back to the dark reaches of the mind. It was interesting how they visualized how different things would affect different parts of your mind, because the memories and things like that were visualized as little balls, and there was the portion of her consciousness that they would put those little balls in that would form her belief system. um and they would push those, what Joy would push those things what she wanted the belief system to be. And then when you had anxiety, pushing those things in that little in the consciousness, so that she can change her belief system or modify her belief system. But it was a very good movie. You will, when you're somebody that works on that, and you've worked on that, and particularly having anxiety and particularly having depression, this, like I said, this visual manifestation of anxiety and the things that way anxiety wreaks havoc on your body, about your sleep patterns, about your eating patterns, all those things were visualized in this movie. And I think it was superbly done. I did like that. So out of 5 stars, I will give this movie 4. It is a delightful movie for adults as it is for teenagers and children. There was, it wasn't a lot of, you know how you watch some of these movies and there'll be like some adult themes that children didn't get. I think it stayed in that realm of someone who was like 13, 14 and under. So you going to this movie, you definitely will get those references. Everybody could get the references. It wasn't any of this stuff about, oh, only adults can get this thing, is kiki key ha ha ha. You were able to get the reference. All right, people, that's all I got. Go see the movie. Take your nephews, take your nieces, take your children, take your husband, take your wife, take your girlfriend, take your boyfriend. All ages were in there. So it's not like a kitty movie. All ages were in there. And again, if you're somebody that has been working on your anxiety and working on those things, you will definitely you gonna cry, or you gonna feel some kind of way. A lot of people are not criers like I am, but you will feel some kind of way. Again, to see that visual manifestation of how anxiety is rolling in your brain, and then how it wreaks havoc on the rest of your body, and you're doing the work, honey. Mm, mm, mm. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about Inside Out down in the comments. What part of the movie did you like? I will tell you, one of the parts that really gave me joy was to see all of the thoughts that were placed at the back of the mind rushed to the consciousness like an avalanche, and then the consciousness was able to weed out what they wanted, and then the belief system started to look more colorful. Out of if you see that each one of the emotions are represented by a certain color, and then you started to see her belief system be a whole menagerie of all of these different colors and things like that. So her belief system is expanded. She still has that core thing of wanting to do the best that she can do and be a good person, but she has anxiety. She has days that she's a little too sarcastic. She has days that she's angry. She has days that she's embarrassed. That was one of them. But the main one that I did like is how, and I don't want to cry. There was a point in the movie where Joy had to realize that even though she has been the leader of moving all the emotions and stuff like that, that Riley had to choose her to do that. She just couldn't no longer take it upon herself to decide what was something that Riley should think about and what Riley shouldn't think about anymore. And then to have all of Riley's emotions embrace themselves. And that for me was a signal of balance, that Riley now has a sense of balance. Child, I was just bawling. Good thing I take a lot of tissue when I go to any movie because I never know when I'm gonna be bawling. But baby, I was bawling at that point. So again, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, y'all. And as always, people, go see Inside Out. It's a good movie. And bye bye.